Hi, Alex. How you doing? I've got you queued up here. Let's start out with your covers. Um, I want to mention that we're going to start with the covers. We're going to look at the covers, then we'll take a look at the um, contents pages, and then we'll move to the spreads, the feature spreads. Okay, so taking a look at the cover, the first cover and subsequent covers, I'm noticing a couple of things. Okay, you've got these different treatments for your masthead, and this should all be decided by now. Alex, you should have decided on your mastheads, and then for this part, you're just going to be assembling different layouts for the masthead. Okay, and then also you only have this one um, story, and there's no other stories. There's no other, in other words, there's no typography on the cover here. So we really need. I want to show you something. Let me show you something that might make a little bit of sense. And I want you to think about this actually before I show you. I want you to think about this. Your magazine here, the design here is that we are doing this. We're taking this magazine design and we're showing our typographic skills through this magazine design, okay? Notice I didn't say our design skills. I'm saying our typographic skills. First and foremost, this is a typography class, and that has to be thought about. So we can't simply try to communicate with image. We really need to nail down the typography. And being something that's geared for portfolio, I think that it would be wise to think about what's going to be recommended in your portfolio, what's going to be required in your portfolio, what's going to be expected in your portfolio. And I think that unorthodox ways of setting up a magazine cover aren't going to be something that's going to be looked upon favorably in your portfolio. That said, let me show you an example of what might be a little bit more, okay, interesting. Okay, I just want to show you this because this is in an article called 55 Best Tips for Successful Magazine Cover, and I just want the image to do the talking. Note the hierarchy, okay? You've got the very clear masthead with the date. You've got every one of these stories, you know exactly what's the feature cover. The feature spread, the feature story is the Secrets of Stylish Women, obviously. And then what would you say the next is? It's going to be this one. Okay, then what's next? This one. Okay, so you've got the lightest and the brightest, biggest first, and so on and so forth. And that's how they create the hierarchy on this. So then we go first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then you have the little tiny typographic composition here that's introducing the cover model. All right, now I want you to take a look at this real quick and then take a look at this and see how much more dynamic this one might be simply through typography. Okay, these look like gun barrels. I don't know if that's going to be the best thing for you to put on your magazine. Okay, so I want you to keep working here, and I want you to do some visual research. Here's a magazine designing website called Magazine Designing, and it's magazinedesigning.com. And I really want you to take a look in here before you move forward. Also, I really think it's important for you to read through the course materials. It seems like you're designing randomly here. Okay, so in other words, you've got this orientation on the bottom, and then you have this one over here on a diagonal on the side, and then you have a lot of really super random choices. Okay, so I want you to think about that, and I really want you to think about a more of a traditional approach as we see here. Okay, notice I'm not telling you what to do, nor am I going to, Alex, because I believe in telling you what, giving you my thoughts and recommendations without telling you exactly what to do. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Now you have your cover page story was BlackBerry returns to the smartphone market, but shouldn't that be the story? That should be the feature story in your contents page. It's not even here anywhere. It just says nowhere in does it say BlackBerry to return to the smartphone market. Okay, so this isn't making much hierarchy. It doesn't make any sense. You don't have the name of your magazine anywhere here, so that's going to be something. I guess what I'm getting at is, okay, over here, this is just random design. Okay, so these circles, I mean, are they part of any specific concept? Pointed towards the master concept of the magazine, or are they just random design choices? Likewise, okay, so again, I just really want, okay, and then your interior spreads, you've got these random choices, like why is that set up like that? And why is there's no headline for this story? It's just pictures and type. There's, there's a headline, and this is actually looking pretty good for a layout. But again, I mean, is there a circle on the cover that's going to follow through to this circle design element here? You see what I'm saying? Okay, and again, you've got these just these really random design choices. Typographically, let me go through this, okay, and just talk about some things that we should be seeing in class. Watch your kerning. All right, this should be up a little bit higher. I've noticed that in a lot of your compositions, you want to have, let me see, in your spreads, you want to have a tendency to really push everything to the corners of the pages. Okay, see, okay, these are just really long. Remember maximum character count. Okay, this is centered. This is justified, centered. That's a no-no. We went through that in class. You want to go either justified here or left aligned, right. And that would be my suggestion. Otherwise, you get these really weird spaces here. Gutter is too narrow here. Okay, you want to. No, I guess one of the things I'm saying here is that you really want to do some visual research and just go to Google and say, you know, magazine design spreads. Let me show you what I mean. Let's go over here and take a look at this. Look at this magazine spread. Okay, this is a center spread. Okay, there would be the center line. All right. And now notice the different treatment here is that the article is introduced on the left-hand side of the spread, and then it continues on the right. So that's really interesting. But more so than that, look at the grid. Look at this very solid placement, alignment, 4-column grid. I mean, it's actually beautifully done, right? So take a look at the contents page now. Again, alignment, you know, really nice use of white space. Okay, and that's what I want you to do. I want you to just continue working and just do some really solid visual research and go through again. I'd rather you didn't use justified type. Absolutely don't use justified with the centered, you know, complete justified, because it's going to center the last word and it's just going to look kind of strange like that. Okay. Okay, so like I said, notice I'm not telling you exactly what to do because I don't want to play creative director here. I want you to do some research yourself and make your own visual decisions based on my recommendations. I'm here, you know, I'm not, you know, I'm not traveling or anything, so I'm here. If you want to get with me before we get started again next week, please go right ahead and I can give you some recommendations moving forward if anything here doesn't make a whole lot of sense, okay? All right, Alex, thanks very much. Again, going straight to grading with this because I was a little bit delayed with your comments. So this will be straight to grading. Okay, thanks, Alex. Nice work. I'll see you in class this week. Thanks.